Okay, so we are just about to jump into Helga's ad, and she's got her ad ready, her Facebook ad ready. She's got her Facebook images ready to go, and Marlon is going to help Helga actually build out her full campaign. So her homework will be done.
Awesome, Helga! Yay!
Yeah, yeah. So Bethany, you can be following along because you're almost at the same spot, which is awesome. So really well done to both of you for being where you are right now. I'm super impressed. Okay.
All right. Well, so let me take over then your screen, Helga.
Yep.
Control, and I'll try and do everything. So I think the first thing we'll do is we will look at your copy and see if we're happy with it, and then we'll look at your images and see if we're happy with that, and then we'll build the campaign. So the first thing is the headline: Woman's Menu Guide that clears brain fog and boosts energy.
Yeah, I had a couple of headlines, but I think we all came back to why not just use what the actual ebook is as a headline. Okay. So I don't know. We can change that if need be.
So what about Woman's Menu Guide to clear brain fog and boost energy, or is it that clears?
Or two, either two. If two sounds better, we can do that.
The only reason I'm saying that is to shorten it so we can get, because not all of this will fit on.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's go, when we go into the Facebook Ads Manager, let's see how it goes there. Can you
use symbols like in the @ symbol instead of and instead of the word?
Well, yeah, we can. But let's we'll adjust that once we get into the Ads Manager. So let's read the ad copy. You have so much to be grateful for in life, but sadly your weary, sluggish body doesn't feel the same.
With either or. I'm not sure which word. That's why I put the dash. Yeah.
Yeah, I like sluggish.
Yep.
Yeah, I like sluggish. So let's
delete that. Yep.
Yeah. You struggle with a tired and weary body.
That could be repeating almost.
Yeah. I'd probably get rid of that.
Yep.
You have a harder time getting up in the morning. Your brain isn't as sharp. You're snapping at the kids, catching every cold and flu, sore muscles and joint pain and weight gain is setting in. Isn't it you have a hard time getting up in the morning?
Yep.
Sound familiar?
Never that good at English.
Well, I'm just trying to shorten everything to make it really short. So imagine having incredible energy and a sharp mind and the metabolism your body deserves. What a game changer that would be. Being invincible and feeling like nothing can bring you down, not even the nagging kids. If you are sick and tired, so I'll put, shorten these as well. If you're sick and tired of being sick and tired and your health is declining, part of the solution is the food you are eating. Is to change the food?
To change, that reads a little bit.
Yeah. Well, it is changing it, but part of it is the food that you're eating. So it's sort of a given. You've got to change it.
I don't mind which one we go for here.
Yeah,
so
change is good. Solution is to change the food. Yeah, that reads much better.
Okay, you need to download my ebook. So what I would do here. So one of the things I'm going to do is on all of these, I'm going to just put a new line.
Yep.
If you're sick and tired, you need to download my book that clears brain fog and boosts energy.
So that's that same thing, to clear brain fog or?
Yeah. The call to action, so if you're sick and tired, this is good, is declining. Part of the solution is to change the food you're eating. I would say something like easier said than done.
Yeah.
No. So maybe we can say that is why I have created. I want to leave the term ebook out and say that is why I created the Woman's Guide
Yep.
Yeah,
Get rid of all that. Yep.
Menu guide. Yep. Created the woman's menu guide that clears brain fog and boosts energy. Just for a woman like you. I don't know. What do you guys think about saying just for a woman like you? I want to try and make it personal here, but I'm not sure how to say that.
No, I can't hear you, Bethany. You've got to unmute.
Okay, so the unmute button is not on the microphone. It's someplace else. I don't know why. Anyway, I just think you should say just for you.
Just for you, yeah.
Like, I'm looking at that and I'm thinking that's me half the time, right? Which is why I'm always dieting or doing, what I do. And I'm thinking, if I got this email, I get emails like this all the time. I have 2 or 3 different people who do these kinds of email campaigns with this kind of thing arriving in my email box every day.
Wow.
Which is part of why I'm like stuck, because they sound so much more intelligent than what I'm trying to create, but it's actually the same, But basically they say that to me. They're trying to talk directly to me. They're not trying to talk generically to me. Like, I made this for you. You need this because I'm your friend,
Yeah. No, that's good. Good.
Yeah, I like that. So you can download the menu guide at, okay. I'll say for free.
Yep.
Okay. So I like that. So the woman's menu guide that clears brain fog and boosts energy. Okay. So that's kind of very similar to this here.
It is.
Can I ask a question about that title?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm looking at that title and thinking, it sounds cliche to say that clears brain fog and boosts energy. Would it be more catchy and more sellable and more interesting if it said something like I'm not looking at it because it's not on the screen. Oh, right there. So the women's menu guide. No, it's okay. The women's menu guide to think clearly and feel energetic. I mean, I'm just wondering if you turned it into more action-oriented words, does it grab the person more? Because we're trying to look at how we want to think and feel.
Yeah, good point.
Enigma out there. Nobody labels it that way when they're feeling it that way. I mean, a lot of people don't. I just wondered.
I'd like to see it. I need to.
The women's menu guide.
See it written down.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it? Again, Bethany?
To think clearly and feel energetic.
To think clearly and feel. Or have tons of energy.
Yeah. Something really pushy, like it's awesome.
Yeah. I like awesome.
I like awesome too.
So I actually like this title better.
Yeah.
For now that I've seen the both of them, because it is more action.
Where were you a couple of weeks ago, Bethany?
Yeah, Bethany, good to have you back.
I'm sorry, I fell off the planet. I had so much work-related travel. I was just like not thinking clearly and not feeling energetic. I needed this
women's menu guide.
I was just like, my life is too much, Sorry.
Yeah.
Everything fell apart.
That's really good.
That is. So I would just have to change my ebook cover.
You don't have to. I mean, it could be. Just consider it. Just consider it.
Yeah.
You could toy with it, and maybe you'll find maybe you don't even like that. You might like something even slightly different. I don't know. It's just an option for you.
Okay, what does everyone think? So Benay and...
I like it. It's more direct. The other one's a bit wishy-washy. That clears brain fog, boosts energy, but this is a guide to help you think clearly and feel energetic.
Yeah, I like it too. Yeah. Brain fog doesn't actually, it's not a word I ever use.
No.
Yeah. Look, I agree. Like, there was something with this title that it just didn't sit right with me, and I think it was because this is something people don't normally think about, brain fog.
Yeah. There's a lot of people in my group that talk about the brain fog,
in your niche, it is a key. Yeah, because Sylvie used that word a lot too.
Yeah.
Right. As a coach, you say it, and you're probably going to say it with the client all the time. But as a selling point, it's like they're not the coach, so they don't say it.
Yep.
Yep. Okay.
No, that's good.
So what I'm going to do is just... This is the text. The reason I'm doing all this now is because I'm just going to copy and paste this into the ad when I do it.
Yeah, no, that's good.
So unfortunately, I would recommend you change the title. Do you have the capability of doing that?
Yeah, easy. Yeah, it's in Canva, so I just change the words and re-download the ebook, and it's no drama.
Okay.
I'm not sure. There may be one or two paragraphs or something that I might need to massage in the ebook, maybe on the last call to action page or something. Just
okay.
And you could even include a piece that defines what brain fog is or something, you know, if you're looking for a way to include that, you know, to connect.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. I really like that. So the next thing is obviously the landing page will have to be changed as well. So there's a whole spiral effect that happens when we make something like this. It's worth the effort because
absolutely
we all feel it's a better title. Okay. So let's go into the images. Can you show the images, Helga?
Yeah. I just got to remember where they are. Might be better off going to. Oops. There was a couple of images. No, that's my Facebook ad. I might just hop into Canva because I know that's exactly where they are.
Yep. No. And then we can just download them from Canva.
Yep. If I can get rid of this thing keeps popping up. Let's have a look. So I've just done a few different ones. I think there's one or two with text, and that was one there. Just that plain one as well was one. This one here, clear, but I had clear brain fog and boosted. I know she jumped out at me.
Yeah,
and then
that's how we feel.
This funny little guy.
It's awesome.
That lady. Yeah, so I was just playing around with it.
Yeah, there's some good ones there. So let me take control.
Yep.
So
you want me to make that bigger?
Yes, if you can do that, that'd be good. Okay, so we'll scroll up. So can you download? We'll just make sure we want them.
Oops, what have I got there? Can you see that?
Okay, so let's have a vote. I don't know how we can do this, but let me give you my opinion. So does everyone like this one here?
That was my husband's choice. He just said, well, that's a girl that's got what she wanted, but how do we know what she got, what it was that she got?
Okay, so just with these images, remember, they're purely just to get the attention of the reader, of the person scrolling. So sometimes it will explain, sometimes it doesn't. The most ideal thing is to have a picture that's attention grabbing. That's the most ideal. If you can't do that, then you need one that explains what you're trying to sell them. But, attention grabbing is the best. So what does everyone think about this one here?
I think it's okay, but it's probably not my favorite.
Mine either.
Okay.
I think she could be giving you like the bird. It's just like, just kind of looking angry.
So remember, attention grabbing. So what about this one?
That's true.
That one's just somebody that's very happy.
Yeah.
Does anyone?
It's really pretty. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome, Jill.
Does anyone? So remember, attention grabbing. Will this make you stop in the feed if you see that? No. Remember, it's a plain blue, boring background and white on Facebook, and then you see this bright thing jump out at you.
It would make me stop.
Yeah.
But I'm not everybody. Just saying.
And I think the colours pop on that one.
And you can make them pop even more by changing the brightness. So for me, that one's a really good attention-grabbing one. Whether, it means anything, I don't really care at this point. I just want them to stop. So I think that one's a good one. I'll give you my opinion on the first one. I think that's a pretty good. It's a stock image. I don't like it, but there's something about her arm being up and her face.
Yeah.
There's something a little bit attention-grabbing there. It's not the best, though. I think the second one's better. What about this one?
No, like she's obviously happy and whatever, but it's, I don't know. It's a bit
Jill?
cliche.
What do you think, Jill?
I just think, I mean, it looks to me like it's a really young person, so I'm not sure if I wouldn't stop at that one.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's a nice image, but it's not attention grabbing. What about this?
No, this is one I used for my email. Yeah, and I also use that one for my email sequence as well.
So what does everyone think about this one?
Love it.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
That is like the best picture ever.
Yeah.
That was my very first green detox. I did 7 days, I think it was.
Gorgeous.
That background is amazing. I love the lounge. Looks like you've got something on the table there.
Candles or something, I think it was, and a reformer, my Pilates reformer in the background.
It's awesome. I love it. Okay, so that one we'll definitely use. What do you think about this one?
I think I used that. I don't know. I think I used that for something else. I can't remember.
Kelly, do you want to tell us what you think about this one? I think I've got to turn your mic on. Yep.
The sleeping one.
Yeah.
No, that would not grab me because I have enough trouble getting out of bed.
So Jill,
but maybe that's why.
Maybe that's why.
That picture could
the alarm clock fills me with terror.
It makes me feel guilty.
What about everyone else? What does everyone else think? Would that make you stop in the feed?
What is the headline going to say on it?
It's
what we just spoke about.
The woman's menu guide to lots of energy and
clearer thinking and lots of energy.
Yeah, it doesn't go with that.
No one thinks. Okay, what about this one? If we remove the text, forget the text, just the image. What do you think about this one?
Fantastic.
It's a classic, isn't it?
Yeah, it's eye-catchy.
Yeah. Okay. And this one?
Yeah,
how you want to feel or how you feel now?
I do like that. I don't know why.
Me.
I don't normally like that stuff.
No, nor do I, but it's just so silly. It makes shocking.
Jill's laughing a lot over there.
So this one we probably want to use because it's out there and it could totally flop but could totally do well. So we want to put one in like that. That one there, I don't think. This one,
no.
I'll ask you about this one, and I don't like this one either. So I think the ones we'd use is this one.
Yep.
Potentially this one. Definitely this one.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then probably this one. So that's not bad. The only thing I want to do though is change the settings on these. So how do you
change the what? Sorry.
The settings. So let me just see here if I can filter. And what you want to do is change the brightness and contrast. I think it's contrast. No, it's not.
You can do advanced options, and then we'll give you more.
It's called saturation. That's it, saturation.
Wow.
So you've got to just... the whole idea is to make it bright and pop out, but I don't know if I've ruined it there.
I thought it looked quite good as it was, because otherwise it looks like overdone. That's just the photographer in me.
So I've just...
Yeah.
So then we'll go back to normal. So that's probably pretty much done.
Yeah.
So that's normal. This one here, I don't know. Let's just see if we can do anything with it. So this is the normal thing that you would do with any image. You just want it to stand out above everyone else's image. So typically saturation will do the trick. But you can see here your skin goes red. So that's not good. So let's go back to normal. So if that doesn't work.
I play around with contrast a lot on mine, just to make the darks darker and the lights lighter. Yeah. Brightness and contrast.
The contrast, usually should make it pop.
Yeah.
So contrast.
Yeah. Let's see, that just pops a little bit more.
Are you happy with that?
And then you'd probably just would you need to lift it? Like.
Lift, what does lift mean?
It looks a bit dark, but it could be my screen. No,
I thought it looked pretty. It looks good on my screen, but
Yeah, no, that's good.
It looks good. It just gives it a little bit more
Depth.
Depth.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Okay. And then the last one is this one. Oh no, there's two more.
Yep.
You're
So
going
we'll
to get rid of the text?
Yeah, and we'll just get rid of the text. I like that one. I love the expression on her face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what to do here. Let's just try saturation.
Sometimes X process does some cool stuff too, but sometimes it goes a bit crazy. It didn't do very much to that.
I don't know. What do you think?
I think it looks good.
Yep,
Yeah.
and then just get rid of the text box. Yep. I think there's 2 text boxes you've got to delete.
Okay. And then this one here, I don't think you have to do much to.
No, you wouldn't.
I like
because
the text there.
Pardon?
I like the text there.
Yeah.
That text is good.
Should we change it to what was it? Or just leave brain fog, no energy?
I don't mind leaving that.
Yeah, I don't mind it there either.
Yeah, I don't mind it. Okay, so how do you get these out then, Helga? How do we download them?
Where are we? I'll take control of the mouse for a minute and I'll
Helga, did you move to the new Canva?
No.
No, yours is red. Why is mine's like blue? Oh, you have do you pay for it?
No.
Is your top red? Is everybody else's top red? I think mine is blue.
So we're not doing that one. We're doing number 2.
You should be able to just click download and download all of them, shouldn't you?
Oh, okay. Do we want them all though?
Oh yeah, just download them all and then they
Okay.
should separate them and we'll just choose the ones we want.
No worries.
So
PNG is the best? Yep.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
PNG. Hopefully it'll download them all as separate files.
Okay, so that downloaded. Oh. Oops, there it is. That must be it there. Maybe it's still downloading. There it is.
Yeah.
And while Helga's downloading these and we're getting these ready, can we hear maybe Jill and Kelly, if you want to type into the chat just where you're up to and what you'd like help with today, that would be really cool. So we can plan that into the meeting.
There you go. I've got all those there. Ready to go. Whoops.
Okay, good. All right. So let's go back. Let's go to Business Manager now. We've got all the assets we need. Let's go to Business Manager. Oh, it looks like it's still there.
Hang on a minute. Business Manager, I think.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, I can't get it. There it is. Get that out of the way. Just get rid of that.
Okay. All right, so I'll take over. So now we'll look at our audiences first. So who are you going to show these ads to?
I wanted to create another one. I think definitely the medical medium one. But I wanted to see if I couldn't remember how you created that. Can you actually copy an audience and then just change?
No, you can't, unfortunately.
Because that would be really, because that's what I thought. I just want to copy that and try Don Tolman International as well.
Okay, so what I would do is just, is that a big audience, Don Tolman?
Yeah.
Well, let's just add it in and just see
I think it's about 30,000.
Oh, yeah. I would probably just add him in here. Don Tol.
MAN International, I think it is.
Just like that?
MAN.
Yeah, he's not in there.
He's not in there.
Yeah. So it's too small. 30,000 is small.
Is it?
Come up, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so anything else? Any other? Oh, let's have a look at the audiences. So you've got anyone who watched 25% of any of your videos, is that right?
Yep.
Let me just have a look at that. Yeah, that's all your videos that watch 25%. I would probably make this less than 25. You don't have to. It's a really good audience, but I don't know how many people have watched in total.
Yep.
So if we click here, we can actually see how many watched in total. Well, that's very small amounts. Look at this.
Yeah. So it's probably, it might not even be worth running.
No, we wouldn't run it at this point. So that's not going to be an audience.
Yeah.
And we might want to make a lookalike on that, but it's too small for a lookalike.
Yeah.
So Advanced Health Natural Newsletter. This is your newsletter, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's a 1% lookalike on that. So we'll probably do the 1% lookalike audience on your newsletter.
Yep.
Medical medium. Okay,
Yep.
so we'll run it against that. Business owners by behavior, 35 to 55.
Yep.
Can use that one. Parents between 35 and 55. That's a bit big.
Yeah.
So Netflix, that's okay. And that's all you've got. So the parent one we need to somehow bring down. You're working mostly with women, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah.
So let's just make it females. And I normally wouldn't do that, but it's still too big.
Yeah.
There's so many parents. Are they normally parents of older kids or younger kids that work with you? No, that's probably not something I'm not sure.
It's sort of a 50-50. Some have younger children and some have no children at home. It's sort of a real mix.
We need to get this smaller.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for people who weren't on the call last week, like 2 million was kind of the biggest audience you'd want. Is that right, Marlon?
Yeah, okay. In America, like in Australia, it's anywhere from like 50,000 to 1 million, but because we only got 27 million people. In America, it's probably 2 to 3 to 4 million, but 17 million is just too big.
What about changing your age to say 40? Because that's sort of when real niggly stuff starts occurring in the body. Or would you change it with a behaviour or an interest?
Yeah, I'd change
Maybe
it with
health.
I don't like limiting it to by age because we can get that wrong. But we could say people and then exclude people who are interested in something, or they also have to have another interest in health. But if we use the same interest that you've got up here, actually, what we could do, you don't really have a health one, do you?
No.
Netflix plus health. She's got Netflix plus health.
Oh, yes, you've got Netflix and health. Yes. Okay. So let's see what
we only need 3 audiences, don't we?
It'll be good to run with 4.
Helga's going to run with. Okay, so everybody, the diagram on page 79 in your workbook, you can see the different ad sets with 3 different audiences. So Helga's actually going to have 4.
Yeah, look, you can have 3's good. Like for now, when I run audiences, I'm running 5. The only reason you restrict it down is because of how much money you've got to spend. So I'm about to run a test for a client with like 8 audiences, but they've got a bigger budget because we're testing. But with you guys, you want to be running between 3 and 5 because every audience needs to have $3 or $4 or $5 or $6 or $7. So I'd like to have, because ideally what you do is you have like 10 audiences and then you test the first 3. And the one that doesn't work, you then turn it off and then add another one. So you just keep adding audiences to it.
Yep.
What I would probably want to do here is say, so we've got health, people are interested in health. So I'll probably go to this parents one.
Maybe put health in there as well.
Potentially, but what's going to happen is we're going to get a crossover of the audience if we have the same thing.
I gotcha.
So they have to be a parent and be interested in health. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you something here. So they have to be interested in health. Now that brings it down to, sorry. I've added it. So anyone who's interested in parenting or interested in health, that's not what I want.
No, because that's increased it. Yeah.
I want to narrow the audience. So it must also match one of these. So they must also match health. And now you'll see that it's down to 2.5 million, which is pretty good.
Yep.
Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you a trick here to test your audiences against each other. So see how these two, it's parents, actually, let me just edit this. I need to rename it as well. Parents plus health plus female.
It says all on gender.
Oh, yes. So let's do all then, because that's a good audience.
Yeah.
So how certain are you that your client, what percentage of your clients will be female and male?
At the moment, they're all female.
It's the woman's guide, right? So
Yeah.
So we need to limit it to female.
Yeah, totally.
Okay. So we've answered our own question. So
some guys might be interested in the woman's guide, you know.
Yeah, for their wife. But okay. So that's fine. Did you see that? There weren't many men in that group.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we're going to do all of them female. So woman, yep.
And let's change the figures.
Yeah, that one definitely went down. So parents, sorry, it gets meticulous doing the same thing over and over again, but I just want to make sure I name these properly.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and then when it comes to medical mediums, we'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
They need to be women.
So, yeah, didn't cut it. There wasn't that many males.
Yeah.
They're nearly all female anyway. Just surprising.
Okay, so we've got those three, and then business owners.
Yep.
So make these female as well. So normally I wouldn't want to delete the woman. If you're totally sure it's woman, then make it woman. But
yeah, well, like primarily because that's who the guide is, and that's, you know.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got our three audiences there. 1, 2, 3, 4 audiences. Okay. Oh, and we've got the fifth one, the lookalike. So this is one of the things you do to test and see if I'm concerned that the audience in here and here are going to overlap. So what you do is because they're both health interest, and the only difference is Netflix and parents, and you can see that they're both about 2 million. So that's pretty much the same people. No, maybe not. Let's have a look. So what you do is you click them both, you click on action, you go show audience overlap.
Oh, wow.
60% of them overlap.
Yeah. So
that's not good when you're running ads. So when you do it the other way around, 46. Yeah. So you typically don't want more than 20% overlap here. Because what happens is if 60% of the people in this audience and this audience are exactly the same, then Facebook just doesn't show your ads. Because it doesn't want to show the same ad twice. Do you know what I mean?
So it won't show any of that percentage that's doubled up. Is that what you're saying in the middle?
No, it halts the whole campaign. It affects how effective the campaign is. So it'll show you ads. It won't say anything to you, but it'll charge you more, or it won't show it as much. It's trying to protect the audience.
Yeah.
So it doesn't want to show the same ad to the same person twice as much just because you want it shown twice as much.
Yeah.
Facebook doesn't care about you. What it wants is for that person to have a good user experience. And so it'll probably pull back on your ads. So that's why it's important that you do this test sometimes. Because I just knew that health group is such a big group, and I could see that these are very similar. Anyway, I think maybe it's just experience. So let's just do it.
So how can you fine tune that?
No, you can't. What you do is you can't show this audience and this audience in the same campaign simultaneously. You have to choose one. So let's choose the parent one.
Yep.
And then let's look at business owners and see if they overlap as well. 9%. See that? So that's perfect. We can show the ads, 9%. So those two work. So let's add this medical medium.
That'll be interesting. Ah, that's all right.
See, that's all good. But you've always got to like flip them around because sometimes it works out. Yeah, so they're good.
Yep.
We'll run those three against each other. But let's just do, take those off. Let's just do this newsletter here, the lookalike. 1%. So you can see that we've identified that we have to choose one of these and we can run all the others together.
Yep.
Okay. Any questions on that, anyone?
Nope, but I will definitely be re-watching this a few times, I think.
Okay, so now I'm going to go to Ads Manager.
Yep.
And I'm going to start building the campaign. Okay, so in Ads Manager, you can see there's nothing here. So the first thing you do is click Create Campaign. I would much rather use this one. So this is the one where it creates, it takes you through a wizard to create it. I don't like the wizard. When you become good at this, you'll never use the wizard again. So I'm just going to teach you this one here.
Yep.
So let's click that one. I'm going to give it a name. So I'll just call this the Woman's Menu Planner.
Our guide.
Our guide, okay.
Yep.
I'm not even going to say the Woman's Menu Guide. I'm going to do something called TOF, which means top of the funnel.
Okay.
It's the first ad we're going to run. I'm going to give you guys a video at the end of the course that teaches you how to build a funnel.
Okay.
And you'll have the top of the funnel, the first ad, the middle of the funnel, which is the second ad, and the bottom of the funnel, which is the third ad. So anyone who watches the first one, if they don't sign up, they're going to see the second ad, which is the middle of the funnel. And if they don't sign up, they're then going to see the third ad. So you have 3 goes at getting the person. I'm going to give you a video that explains that. Yep. And all it does, there's a few tweaks to what I'm about to show you, and then it all works. So, and that's the gold in trying to make Facebook work. It's all about building a funnel, but this is the basics. So
just for clarification, this funnel is a Facebook funnel as opposed to the sales funnel that we've been building in MailChimp with your ebook and everything.
Yeah.
They're two different things.
Yeah.
And I'll explain it to you in next week. We'll talk more about it once you understand the fundamental. I'll go into the advanced stuff later, but you don't have to know that for this course. But I'll give you everything you need to be able to do it. Okay, so top of the funnel, I'm going to call it Menu Guide Ebook. I give it just a really good name that I can understand. And then I want to give it, I'll call it a conversion campaign, so conversion. Or I can call it, so this doesn't really matter what you call it.
Yeah.
Or it's an image ad or a video ad. So I try and give it some other title. The only reason I do this last name is because sometimes we test and we say, okay, we're going to run a video for it, and that doesn't work. And we say, okay, let's run an image. And so we need to separate them. So at the moment, I'll put nothing there. Oh, let me just put image.
Image, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Now, this is a big one. Campaign objective. There's many objectives you can go through. And in the videos, I explain this, but I'll explain it very quickly again. If you have a video and you say, Facebook, the objective of this campaign is video views, it means Facebook is going to optimize the campaign to get as many people to watch the video as possible. If you say, Facebook, I want you to make the objective of this campaign traffic, what that means is saying, okay, Facebook, get as many people who will just click and go to my website. That's the objective, just clicks. Okay, so Facebook will then show it to people who are good clickers. They're people that just click everything. Video views, if you say it's video views, Facebook will show it to people who just watch lots of videos. Can you see there's a difference between someone who clicks and someone who watches videos? There's a very clear difference. Like on YouTube, I watch videos like you wouldn't believe. On Facebook, I probably don't click as much. So I'm a video watcher, but I'm not really a clicker. Lead generation is a special type of ad you can run that helps you capture phone numbers and email addresses on Facebook. It's a special type of ad. You don't need a landing page, but we're not doing that. Facebook likes, so you run an ad for a Facebook like, and Facebook will show it to people who will like your page. Can you see how that's very different to showing it to people who will sign up for your ebook? And so you can have an ebook campaign, like we can make this actual ad for people to download the ebook, but say, hey, Facebook, we're going to ask them to download the ebook. We don't care about that. We just want them to like the page so we can build our likes. So you can see why these have different meanings now. Our messages is saying to Facebook, this is going to be a messenger ad, and we want people to actually message us. Now that's very different to a person who watches a video, because messaging is very interactive. So, okay, and the next one is conversions. This is saying Facebook, show it to people who will convert. And what's a conversion for this campaign? It's a sign up for the lead magnet. So why would you go with traffic as opposed to conversions? Does anyone want to have a guess?
Because we want people to convert into leads. We don't, well, yes, we want the traffic to get them there, but I think conversion is the key thing, what we're after, isn't it?
Exactly. So with conversions, you would think you would go for conversions as opposed to traffic, right? You would think you would do that. Why would you ever go for traffic? So Facebook, show this to people who just come to my website. I don't care if they sign up or not. I just want them to come to my website. I wouldn't want that. I would want people, show it to people who sign up for my ebook. I don't care how many come to the website. I want the lead, right? Yeah. You think you would go for that one. That's the money one, right? But the reason why you don't always go for it is because sometimes you might find that people are actually not even going to your website. So when they see your ad, they're not even clicking through. And what's happening is you've said to Facebook, show it to people who are more likely to sign up. And in the group you've chosen, there's not a lot of people that actually sign up in that group. They're not signer-uppers, they're just clickers. Yeah. So what you do is you might change the objective and say, okay, just get people to my website. Do you know why? Because if you can get them to your website, you can pixel them, which means you can then remarket to them. Once they land on your website, Facebook knows who they are, and then you can show the second ad to them and the third ad. The other thing is this: why would you do video views if you have an ebook as opposed to conversions?
Because it's visual.
There's a couple of reasons. Yes, it's visual. So that's why you do a video. But the reason you'd optimize for video views is just say you're showing it to a cold audience. If you get lots of people watching 25% of your video, you can then remarket to them down the track. And so up front, you might say, so I've got a client right now, we're about to launch his campaign, and he said to me, Marlon, we're in this for the long haul. We want to build a 3-month funnel for our client. So if they don't sign up on the first ad, I don't care. I care about them signing up over the next 3 months. I want to build trust. I want them to find out who I am and see ads from me every week. And eventually they'll sign up once they trust me. So for him, the first ad we're doing is it's an ebook, but it's actually not, it's a video views campaign where we're saying, you know what, just try and get as many people to watch the video as possible, and we'll go for the lead later in the second, third, fourth, fifth ad. For you guys starting out, I believe, and this is what I do for me a lot, is go for the conversion, right? So go for the conversion up front. And then as you build out your funnel, you might change it later. But really, I don't want you putting money in just to get people to watch your video when you're starting out. You want to put money in to get them to convert. But as you mature as a Facebook marketer, you may change it up a bit and say, okay, the first ad, let's just get people in the funnel. And the third, fourth, and fifth ad, we go for the conversion. Does anyone have any questions about that?
Jill had a question in the chat, so I think you may have just answered it. Jill, do you want to come on and...
Yeah, so my question is around like, so my web page is still fairly new and I'm still learning how to work the back end of it. I've had my Facebook business page for maybe 12 months. There's a few people on it. What would be the best way for me when I'm setting this up?
I think for all of you, we need to go for conversion.
Okay.
When you're starting, if you don't see results, you are going to stop. Now, What that means is this. If you show your ad to 100,000 people, in that 100,000 group, there's probably, let's just pick round numbers, 10,000 who love watching videos. There's probably 5,000 who love to click. And there's probably 1,000 who like to convert. So what Facebook will do, if you say have a conversion, it'll show it to us, it'll try and show it to a smaller group of people that it knows it'll convert. And eventually, so you'll get some signups initially, and then it'll stagnate.
Okay.
So what I want you to do is get those initial signups, and then it'll probably stagnate, and then you've got to change your ad.
Yep.
If you say, you know, just show it to people who come to my site, you'll get more people to your site, but you may get less people sign up because it's those 5,000 who love to click, but only 1,000 of those people like to sign up. So this is about strategy long term. But for all of you now, use conversion. You'll get some quick wins. But what it might mean is that after the few quick wins, you have to change your ad and then run it again. And then Facebook says, okay, let's start again. Who are the converters? And then it's signed. It'll go to those people again with a new ad. Whereas my client at the moment doing video views, this will, out of those 100,000 people, there's a lot more people that will watch the video. So it's all about strategy. But for you guys, I've explained this to you because I want you to know the difference between these. And I want you to know that when you start, you choose this one. But then as you mature, you start to play with these. Like here's another one here called Reach. You know what this one is? This is Facebook. I don't care how many people click, like, convert. I just want you to show it to, out of these 100,000 people, show it to as many people as you can. And why would you do that? Because you're branding yourself. You're saying, I want everyone to know who I am. And over the next 4 weeks, I'm going to show them 3 different ads. And I don't want 1,000 people to see my ad. I want 20,000 people to see it just to brand myself. And then once they see it, a lot will click. I can then retarget them. So see, that's a different mentality. It's a different strategy. But when you're a beginner, go for this one. Okay? All right. So let's keep going. And then I can name these ads. So I can say here ad set 1, or I can just leave it and Facebook will give it a name. So I'm just going to leave it because there's no use in me putting those in. That's the ad set and that's the ad. I'm going to save to draft. Okay, so now you can see here, it's moved, it's got the campaign, it's got the ad set, and it's got the ad underneath that. And then we'll add another ad set, and you'll see it'll have an ad set there, and then the ads underneath it. But what we're going to do is finish off this whole line here. We're going to configure the ad set, and then we're going to configure the ad, and then we're going to add the same ad with 4 or 3 different images. And then once we've done that and it looks good, then we're going to duplicate this ad set. And the only thing we have to change is the audience. And then we'll duplicate it again and just change the audience. Everything else will work. So if you're a bit confused with that, that's fine. You'll get it by the end. So we're looking now at the campaign. It's a conversion campaign. Now I'm going to click on ad set. And I'm going to configure the ad set. Okay. So Helga, it looks like you haven't got a Facebook pixel yet.
What's that mean?
So, in this week's...
I told you I was behind.
Okay, that's fine.
Does it take long to do?
No. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the asset library, and all of you have to do this at some point. Go to pixels. Do you have a WordPress website, Helga?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I'm just going to click create pixel. You only have to do this once. Create the pixel. I'm happy with that name. Can you type your website URL in?
Yep.
I'm just going to delete the...
Oh, you don't need that. Yeah.
I don't know. I'll just check and see. Okay, so you've created the pixel. Okay, no, this is new, so I'll just click that and see what it says. That's fine. Let's just cancel. All right, so what we're going to do is see this pixel ID. If you're on WordPress, this is how you do it. You copy this pixel ID. Can you open up WordPress so we can go in there and just...
you want the admin, don't you? You want to
Yes.
get into the...
So there's a plugin for WordPress. It's free. It's called Pixel Your Site. And it's really easy to use. So you go to plugins, you go to add new. Just search for it here. So it's Pixel Your Site. There it is. So you just install it. Activate it. And then if we go here to Pixel Your Site, that's it installed there.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is just add that Facebook ID here. So I paste it there.
Yep.
That's it. We just scroll down all the way to the bottom. I normally activate this, general settings, and then save it.
So what does that actually do?
So what it does, it installs the pixel on your site. So if we go here, I'm going to add another extension. You guys should all add this to your Chrome browser. I'm going to go to extensions, and this is how you check to see if the pixel is installed. So you go to extensions, you go to open up the Chrome Web Store, and it's called Facebook Pixel Helper. So I explain this in all the videos.
Yep.
Pixel file. Oh, sorry, wrong one. It's made by Facebook. There it is there. So we add it to Chrome. It's going to pop up here.
And does that have to be on each individual computer? Like I'm on my laptop, so would I have to do the same thing on my desktop?
Yeah, add it to your browser in all of them, yeah.
Okay.
So but what I've done is this adds it to the whole site. So this Pixel Your Site adds the pixel to your whole site. So if you look here, this is your website.
Yep.
And if you look at this Facebook Pixel Helper, if you click on it, it says, hey, there's a Facebook Pixel on this page. That's the ID, which is your ID. And there's a page view event and a general event. So it's all installed now. So it's as easy as that on WordPress.
Yep.
So let's go back. Okay, so what I'm going to do is refresh this.
No coffee.
So hopefully it finds it. Okay, it may need a little while before, because what's happened now is I've just, when I loaded this page, it sent a message back to Facebook saying, hey, the pixel's on this site. And it may take a few minutes. So we'll just keep working, and later it will work. So let's just go down and configure this. So let's just say we'll start with $2 a day. We can decide what that will be later. But $2 a day per ad set, and we're going to have, remember, 3 ad sets or 4 ad sets. So that'll be $6 a day or $8 a day. If you want to make it smaller, then you just make it $1.50. We're going to scroll down. We'll do this custom audience. So we'll do the custom audience, which is the 1%, the lookalike audience, which is the 1% lookalike on your email list. Okay, so that's now the audience we're showing it to. Because of that, because we have this audience here, it's US based. So now we're going to get rid of Australia and we're going to type in United States. We're going to get rid of Australia because the audience is in the US. And then all of this we leave because the audience has been defined up here, who the audience is. We don't want to then add extra things about interest here because it's a custom audience. We leave that. When it comes to placement, when it comes to placements, I recommend you don't use automatic placements. You click edit, and this is placements is where is the ad going to be shown. So if you are on Instagram, then leave Instagram. Audience network, I always say, take it off. It's just a waste of money. It's been tested before. It shows it on apps and all these other websites. It's not a custom Facebook experience, and so it's very distracting, and Facebook just uses it as filler. Now, if you're Coca-Cola and you've got millions of dollars to spend, they always do audience network because they're trying to brand everything, but not for you when you've got a limited budget. I also take off right column. Right column, you only use it when you're branding. Like if you have a sales page where you're trying to sell something, you might show it in the right column, you know, over and over and over again. And you've probably seen ads like that. But as an ad where someone doesn't know you, it's a cold audience, don't put it in the right column. This isn't a video, so we take that off. The marketplace is okay. I take stories off. And the marketplace is okay. That's where people are buying things. So you should test that out. Messenger, I test out as well. Because that's in Messenger, people are very engaged in Messenger. You know, they're looking at their messages from their clients, from their friends, sorry. So instant articles, I'll take off as well. So basically, feeds is the most important one. I like Marketplace, it's an app. I like Messenger, it's an app. It's all Facebook owned. Instagram, I love, you know, that's amazing. And I turn this off here. Okay. Okay, so let me just tell you one more complication. When you are doing conversions, remember we said Facebook optimized for conversions? Well, there's a catch, right? And the catch is this. If you don't get more than 40 conversions per ad set per week, then Facebook cannot optimize for conversions. So I've got to say most of my clients never, ever, ever get 40 conversions. So that's 40 people signing up for the lead magnet per ad set per week, because we have 4 or 5 ad sets. If you're not going to get that, which I can tell you now you're not, you need to click on this here and say optimize not for conversions, but landing page views. So what's a landing page view? A landing page view is the step before the conversion. So it's not a click. Remember there was an option to optimize for clicks? A click is someone who clicks on the ad, right? Or optimize for traffic. Traffic is getting as many people to go to your website as possible. A landing page view is better than that. A landing page view is someone actually loading the landing page. So that's the one you want to optimize for. Because if you know you can get 100 people to your landing page, you know that you could probably get 20% of those people to sign up for your lead magnet. So you and I, for most of my clients, do not have the ability to optimize for a conversion. So because we don't get 40 conversions per week per ad set, we have to then optimize for landing page views. Does anyone have any questions about that? Okay, good. Okay, so that's just a standard thing we do on all of our ads. Okay, so now that is all set. So now I'm going to click, I'm going to name it. This is this ad set, I'm going to name it after the audience, okay? So I'm going to go down here. This is the audience. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to paste it in, okay? That's the name. Now I'm going to, and you can see the name updated there. Now I'm going to go to the ad. Okay, and this is where, if we go here, okay, so I'm going to call this, so here we go. We're going to start putting these together. So the first one I'm going to call Helga. So it's Helga's image. We have to choose the name of the page we're going to advertise on. So that's there. Do you have an ad? Yep, you've got an Instagram account, so that's great.
Yep.
We're going to create an ad. It's going to be an image ad, so let's choose the image. We're going to upload an image. I am going to, okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to,
It's messy.
that's all right. I'm just going to close.
I don't know why it does that. It flicks.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe just go there to the, and then if you just go back to, just click on it here. Yeah. And it would be in downloads.
Actually, if we just do this.
That one. Yeah.
And then here. So which one is it this one?
That one. Yep.
Okay, so we confirm, it adds the image in. Then I'm going to go to... Oh.
So does it prefer square images? Because I did the Facebook ad size in Canva, but it looks like it's cropped it into a square image. Which is fine.
A square image? Well, we'll have a look at that. So this is the title. I'm going to copy the title here. Oh no, that's not, there it is there. It hasn't cropped it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we've got the website headline. Paste that there.
Oh, it's got the dot on it, I think. It picked up
that. Got the text. Going on with this headline.
Maybe just copy it from the bottom. Get rid of the indent. It's not liking the indent.
Yeah, okay. There it is there.
Yeah.
That's all right. Clearly feel... Okay. Display link is here. Actually, that's not the display link, it's the website URL. And then the display link is just your website URL.
So is that pixel referring to what we've just added?
Yeah, so I don't think it's registered yet. It can take 20 minutes or half an hour.
Yep.
So, okay, so that's your website address there. We've got learn more, so we can choose any kind of button we like now. It could be learn more. I think there's one that says download now. Download. I actually wouldn't put any text below here because it'll make this smaller. So just leave the text out. And I normally don't put text there anyway. I just want them to read this headline. So that's your ad there, okay? Let's have a look here. Display link. Yep, it's got the website.
What is a display link again, Marlon?
The display link is this here above. So we can make that anything. It has to be a URL though.
Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah, got it.
Now, the reason you do it is because if your URL, sometimes it puts the whole URL in, and the URL is really ugly, like it's long. So you can just cater it, because you might put over here. You might have advanced health naturally.org/webinar, and so people can see that it's a webinar. It's a very long URL though. Some people have a lot shorter.
And would you make each word capitalized so it's a little bit easier to read as in the URL, or would you leave it all lowercase?
Yeah, that's up to you. I've tried both.
I think it's softer if it's not capitalized. I have a thing for capitalized that sort of makes it harsh reading.
Yeah. So the other thing is this here. Do you want to make these capitalized? Do you want to make them smaller?
Oh, yeah. No, they're fine. They're fine. Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the ad now. So the only issue we're having is this. Oh, no. It may have found it. Let's just have a look. Yeah, it still hasn't got the Facebook pixel. I'm just going to publish this. It probably won't publish, though. Yep. Continue.
So it had country Australia, so that's not...
Okay, do you want to... Can you put your credit card in?
Yeah, I'll just get my card.
Stop sharing so we don't all see it. So I'll tell you, while Helga's doing that, so the only issue we're having is it hasn't come through yet, the pixel. So that's why we're having these issues. You won't have it if you've done your pixel like a day before or an hour before. What we're going to do now is we've actually done all the hard work. Now it's all easy. Now all we do is we copy that ad that's been set up perfectly. And all we do is we copy it, we duplicate it 3 times, and then we just change the image. So the image changes, and then that ad set and those ads are done. Then I go back to the campaign, and then I copy. Oh, yes, Vinay's got it there. So now you can see we've done the campaign, we've done the ad, and we've done the 3 ads. We're going to do the 3 ads, but they're just copying. Then we take the whole ad set with the 3 ads and copy out. And so now we have another ad set with the same ads, and we just change the audience and we're done. Then we copy it again, change the audience, and we're done. And then your campaign's ready to go. So,
sorry, just a quick one. You can use PayPal instead of your credit card. Is that correct?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I'll do that instead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So once this is done, it's all pretty quick now to get it done. And obviously it's taken a while because I'm explaining the whole thing to you again. And I think there's value in me going through it again and again from a different angle to the videos. And but it's quite enjoyable actually once you've created your first ad to create the second and third. And so, yeah. So
when I did mine, once I created my first one, I had all of the rest of them done, I think, in 5 minutes. So it goes really fast. So just for Helga, like just to bring this diagram alive, for Helga, what was the first audience we selected was
1% lookalike.
1% lookalike.
Newsletter.
So then this is the 1% lookalike audience for the ad campaign, and then she's going to have ad 1 with a picture of her, ad 2 with the little monster guy, ad 3 with, I don't know, the orange lady sunset, and then I think you had 4 pictures.
Yeah.
And then another ad with her other picture, but the text is all the same, the settings are all the same. And then once you've built that out, then you just copy this whole clump, boom, and you just change the audience. Is it that simple?
The audience. Everything else stays the same, yeah.
So for Helga, this would be your medical medium audience, and then all the rest of it's already done. And then you copy it again, and then you would have your parents and health audience, and it's already done. So you can see once you've done this one, it's just a matter of repeating.
Yeah. So yeah, like you've done all the hard work. You guys have done all the hard work over the last 5 or 6 weeks. This is the easy bit. So
it's just getting all those niggly settings right. Because I learn stuff every time I watch you, Marlon, go through it.
Yeah, and that's why these are good. That's why over the next few weeks, I'll do this multiple times with people and we'll just go through it again. You'll learn something every time.
2 weeks left.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So get your ads built if you want the maestro to go over it for you.
Yeah, because when we do it, like you can see with Helga, I'm rewriting her ads. So I continue to rewrite the ads. Even as we're putting them in, we're rewriting them because we think it's like the 6th time we've seen it and we're like, we should change this. So, okay, Helga, how are you going?
Yeah. Do you want me to reshare?
Yeah. Share it?
Yep. Where are we? Share.
Okay, so I'm going to ask to take control. Okay, so let me just click here. So there is an issue that we're having. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Yeah, it can't be published because it hasn't found the pixel. So let me just go back to the pixel here. It's 6837. That's the pixel number. I'm just going to go here and click here and make sure it's the right pixel. So 6837. So that's the right pixel. The pixel is definitely on the side. The only issue we're having is it's not registering yet because Facebook needs a half an hour or so. So why don't we do this? Why don't we go to the next person and then we might come back if it registers, because I can't submit any. Actually, I can't. No, actually, let me just finish.
Can we duplicate or whatever we needed to do?
Yeah, let me just duplicate this first, yeah. So the way I do it now is you click on the ad. So now we're going from the ad set into the ad. And all the settings are perfect. And so what I'm going to do, actually, this is actually a new interface. I've never used this one before. Duplicate, there it is. So I'm going to click duplicate. And it says, duplicate it in the existing campaign, yes. Existing ad set, yes, which is this ad set here. And how many copies? I'm going to make 3 other copies because I think there's 4 ads, 4 images.
Yep.
So 3 other copies. And you'll see them pop down here now. There they are there. So then all I need to do is just click on the second one. I rename it. I'll just say Orange Girl. And then scroll down to where it has the image, and I'm going to change the image. I'm going to upload. And there's the orange girl there. Open it. Then confirm. And I've done that one. So then I go to the next one.
Oh, so that's so cool. All it is the same, and you're just changing the image just to give for a different visual for different
yes.
the way people.
So yeah, and that's how we test which image is better. We're using the same ad, the same headline, everything's the same. The only difference is the image. And then if the green monster image does better than yours, then we turn yours off.
Okay.
So this is like split testing. Yeah. So then we'll have the green monster. And then we click here. And then we'll just do the next one, which is the stressed girl. Change image. Upload. And stressed girl there. Okay. So that's all done. So there we go. And then, let's just do it. Let's just copy the ad set so we can just finish it off. Now you're not going to be able to publish. So there's a publish button. You're not going to be able to do that until it figures out that it's all done. But we'll hopefully at the end of this thing, we can come back and then publish it. So now I've got all of these the way I have it. Now I will continually check everything. I'll reread this. Like before we duplicated these, I would have reread this a few times just to make sure there's no spelling, there's no grammar. But now there's not really time to check. Now it's done. So I will.
So when we do publish them, like you mentioned something about Instagram. So does that mean that this is going to go out to Instagram as well?
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
It's going to go to Instagram as well as Facebook. It's pretty powerful.
But before I publish or post or whatever, obviously I need to get my landing page changed.
Yes. Yeah? And I'm going to show you how I'm going to turn one thing off, that when we're going to publish this, but it won't run it because I'm going to turn the campaign off.
Okay.
Even though it publishes it, Facebook will review everything, make sure they're happy with it, and then it'll sit there ready to go live. And then
it doesn't go live until I activate it. Is that right?
Until you turn the campaign on, yes.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do now is click on the ad set. So we're in the ad set now. I'm going to click on these buttons here. And I'm going to say duplicate, same thing. and we're going to say, where do you want to duplicate it? In the original campaign. How many? I think we've got 4 altogether.
Yeah.
You can see it duplicating there. So if we click on this first one, you'll see that it's a copy. Just got to make sure you're changing the right one. I go down here and I delete this audience. Now, this is the trick. Saved audiences are not found here. Saved audiences are found in the new audience section. So you click there and you'll see all your saved audiences. This is the medical medium one. So let's click on that one. And then it adds it down here. So I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to rename this. And with this, you have to press enter. If you just press tab, it reverts back to the original name, which is frustrating. Then you go down to the next lookalike audience. You can see it's a copy, so I'm safe to change it. I'm going to delete the original audience. I'm going to click here and I'm going to go to the business owner audience. So I select that. I'm going to copy this and then just paste it up here.
I'm quietly getting excited actually to see what the results are going to come back at.
There's nothing like getting all your landing pages and everything ready to go than having this ready, because you just want to publish it.
Yeah.
Do you think you'll publish before our next meeting, Helga?
Yeah, but my course isn't ready yet. Does that matter?
Are you collecting phone numbers, or are they just going to go into your?
I'm just trying to think. I haven't got my calendar ready yet. Like my sequence of my emails, like once they download, I can't get that calendar thing, Calendly working. Okay. So I've really got to put that button on every email. That's the only thing. All my emails are ready to go with the exception of the call to action.
Okay. Well, that should be pretty straightforward. I mean, you can just even use a link to the Calendly page.
Yeah.
Make it easy on yourself.
Otherwise, I'm thinking I might just do another landing page to take them to fill out a form. So that way I've got their number and that, and I can just ring them. Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. So just have a look here. Helga's pixel. So there is a bit of an issue. Not a major issue. We'll just have to delete all of the other ad sets. But you can see here, it didn't set up the Facebook pixel on the ads. So now we have to manually do every one. But let's just leave it, and then we'll come back later.
That's just a matter of setting it up, and once it's activated, clicking it in, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, you can, but then you've got to do it to every single ad.
Oh.
So there's 16 ads. So we'll just leave it for now. We'll come back at the end. And at the end, what I'll do is if it hasn't set, we're going to delete all of these.
Yeah.
And so then you can just copy and paste. You can just set these 4 up and then copy and paste again. All right, but that's how you do it. And theoretically, Helga would have been ready to go if the pixel was done. So yeah, let me just see if I can publish the draft items.
With where it's got a country, Australia, is that where I'm located? That didn't have to do with, that should have been America?
No, that should be America. Let's just, are you running it, do you have an ABN?
Yes.
Do you want to just type that in?
Yep.
So I'll tell you while Helga's doing that, everyone, what publish means is that at the moment, none of this has been kind of published. So you know how there's a draft version and a published version of anything, like a manuscript, a WordPress post, that kind of thing. So at the moment, if Helga closes this screen down, she hasn't lost anything. It's actually in Facebook, it's safe, but she hasn't published it, which means it's not ready to go and the ads haven't been approved. So when you publish, that's when they get approved. So it's not an issue that we can't publish it, but and I don't think this is going to work as well.
I've done all that. I did all this before, and that's all fine.
Mm. Okay, so that's good. So what we're doing is at the moment it's actually public. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back. So this is the different view. This is where you can see campaigns, ad sets, and ads. If we go back to campaigns, we want to turn it off. So never turn ads off. Never turn ads off, never turn ad sets off. Only ever turn the campaign off. Because if you go into ad sets and you turn all of these off, then you have to turn them on again. And then you go, okay, did I turn the ads off? And then you go back and you go, oh, I turned some of them off and some of them I did. It just gets confusing. So you always leave the ads on, leave the ad sets on, and then only ever turn the campaign off. So this is, if this gets published, doesn't really matter because it's never going to, run until this gets turned on. If you look here, it's got a daily budget of $100. I'm going to see if we can publish this, but I don't think it's going to let us publish it. Yeah, I'm not sure why that's happening. It could have something to do with PayPal. Helga?
Maybe it wants my credit card instead.
Yeah. I'm not sure, but when you, when we go to publish, you have to sort that one out. At the moment, it's not going to publish until you put your credit card in because that technically will start showing the ads at that point, but it won't because we've turned it off. This here shouldn't be 100. So this is the campaign level.
We had that at 2, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it's probably at the campaign level. It's probably
8.
Oh no, that's because we got the budget optimization. Let's turn that off.
Oh, gotcha.
Let's turn that off. Okay. I'll explain that to you next week, what that is. We'll keep going. Okay. So here we go. We've got our campaign. We've got our 4 ad sets. And within each ad set, if I click on one, we've got 4 ads. At the moment, it's showing all the ads just because we haven't published them yet. Okay, well, let's move on and we'll come back quickly later.
Yeah.
All right.
Marlon, do you set the budget at the campaign level and at the ad set level?
No, so yes and no. So the reason why this had a budget here, normally it never has a budget on the campaign level. It's only the ad set level you set the budget. So I want to spend $5 per ad set or $5 on this ad set, $10 on the second ad set. The reason it had it here, and every time it says, do you want to publish? You just say no until you're ready to publish. The reason this is called budget optimization. This is something we're playing with at the moment. It's really good. It means that you can say, okay, Facebook, I want to spend $10 a day. And you decide which ad set it spends it on. So what we did is we've decided we want to spend $2 a day per ad set. This says, we'll just spend $8 and you figure out. So Facebook goes in and says, okay, this ad set isn't performing. So take the money from there and put it on the one that is performing. It actually optimizes the campaign for you. And that is, that's been working really well for us. So for you guys, I would suggest you do it. So all you do then to make this work, you just put 8 here, if that's what you want to spend. $8 a day on all the ad sets. And then, so again, I'll just click close because we can't publish. And then if you look here, it says using campaign budget. Now it's using the budget for the campaign. And if I turn this off, close, if I turn this off, and then go back, and we click here, it'll have the $20 budget. Wow.
Yeah.
That's not what I wanted. So the way you change that is just bring it down to here.
Yep. But it's tricky. You could run into a lot of unnecessary expense if you don't check all that. So it's easier if you can set it once and just let it run.
Yeah, I think for you guys, it's actually clever because you don't have to optimize.
Yeah.
So again, with all of these things, you've got to triple check everything, that the budgets are right. I would go through this another 2 or 3 times before I go live.
Yep.
So we have with us, we have the Facebook person that does it go through it, then I check it, then the client checks it. And so we have 3 people that go through it. And then with me, I would check it twice and they would check it twice. And okay. So, but let's move on and we'll come back to this.
Okay. It doesn't, unless Bethany's got something, it doesn't look like anybody had, no. So I think everybody just wanted to kind of see that live. So maybe we can have a little bit of a reflection opportunity right now, and then some of the priorities are for next week so that everybody can, feel solid about what they're working on. So just everybody come off mute and let's just we'll hear from Helga first, because you just got that whole thing built for you.
Yay, Helga.
Yeah, congratulations. How are you feeling? What did you notice? What would you like to share?
I'm feeling good considering I didn't do much last week. Well, I did, but I felt like I didn't do much last week. So, for me, I just want to tidy up my ebook, change that name, redo that. And I don't know, on my emails where it says I've got a button, book now, I'm not sure what I need to do there. Is it easier if I just send them straight to another page that says contact me and their preferred time, and I ring them and have a conversation? Or do I really have to go to the extreme of having a calendar, learning it? Because it looks, they said it's easy. Is it easy?
It's pretty easy.
So if you... Yeah, you could use Calendly, like use a Calendly link, or you could add the Calendly. So the easiest way to do it is to have a form where they fill in the form, and then they can just their email and phone number and name, and then you can just call them and manually book it. That's the easiest way for you to set it up, but you still have to be able to set up a form. So
I can do that. I can do that as part of the
The next best way is to use Calendly. So it's free, and you can, if you watch a video on it, they'll show you how to do it pretty easily.
So is it easy? Because I registered and I looked at it and I thought, oh gosh, I've got to sit here and go through more trouble.
Just go to YouTube and type in how to set up a Calendly.
Yeah, okay.
And there'll just be a video and you just step through it. It's actually not that hard.
So it is worth it in the end just to set it up, Well,
that's the way I do it, because with me, if I have people, so this is the problem, if someone wants to book with me and then they put their phone number, email address and name in, then I have to call them up. Then it takes me 3 days to get in contact with them. It's so much work. Whereas if I just say to them, fill in this Calendly form, it's done. The next time I contact them is when I'm on the phone. So I find that I don't like the first version at all. But that's just me personally.
The first version of what, sorry?
Which is where you have a contact form.
Oh, yeah.
You have to follow them up. I don't like that version because it puts a lot of work on my end.
Yep.
So, and then the third version is, so the second one is you make a Calendly link and send that Calendly link to put that in your email.
Okay.
The third version is where you embed the Calendly form into your actual, a page on your website. So then you can send them that page. And so what's good about that is if anyone goes to that page, you'll have the Facebook pixel installed. You can retarget those people on Facebook. Also, if you decide to not use Calendly anymore, you want to use Schedule Once, you just embed the new form into the page URL doesn't change.
That's good.
So Calendly is probably the best option and the easiest?
Yeah, it's the cheapest, best, and it's not easier, but it's just, it's easy. Schedule Once is pretty good, but Schedule Once costs you a bit more. It's much more complex. So
no, I want ease. I want ease in my life, not complex.
If you can get over that first hump, maybe if we have time, we can just look at Calendly to sort of help you feel more comfortable with it. Is anybody else using Calendly or feeling nervous about it? Jill, how did you find Calendly?
I've set it up and I just put the email. I just put the link in at the bottom of my email. I think
this is the Calendly page.
Yeah, to the Calendly page.
Yeah. That'll be the easiest for you, Helga. That's what I did in my first year of using Calendly as well.
So create a page with the code on your website.
Calendly just gives you a page where in Calendly where they can book themselves. So the next level is to create your own page in your own website and embed Calendly into that page.
All right. So
how much does it?
Fine.
How much does Calendly cost?
It's free if it's free, but if you want to have auto reminders, then I think it's $20 for the entry level plan. And
a year or a month?
A month.
Wow.
And I found that you needed to have the reminders.
I'm using Setmore, and I think it's $90 a year.
Okay.
It's a really good one too, and it allows you to track the clients, put in your own, block out times. It sends reminders, and then they have another service that you can opt up for to have a live telephone operator answer to book their appointments if you want. So it has those options too. Setmore's really cool.
Cool. Could you post that in the group, the link to that,
Sure.
Bethany, please?
I didn't choose it. It was provided to me at work, but Setmore.
Okay.
I just happen to know it cost them $90 a year.
Okay.
Wow.
Cool. That's good. It's good to know. I haven't heard of that one before.
And you could put multiple coaches on it. Like if you were to have some other people work with you and you wanted them to be booked as well, you could put several coaches and kind of plan like what kind of stuff goes on there.
You can do that with Calendly too.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what, Calendly, why everyone talks about it isn't necessarily because it's the best product. It's just marketing. So they just have awesome marketers, and a lot of marketers use it. So marketers talk about it, and everyone watches them. So it's actually, I started with Calendly, and I left them and went to Schedule Once. Schedule Once is good, but it's complex. It costs more, but it could only do the one thing that I needed it to do. Now Calendly can do that. This Setmore, I've heard of it before.
I totally love it. I think it's amazing.
Yeah. Use whatever's cheaper, because at the end of the day, they all do the same thing.
Yep. All right. Thanks.
That's awesome. Cool. Okay, so you've just kind of got some fine tuning, and then you'll be ready to turn your ad set on.
Oh, can I just say one thing with Helga? Helga, you have to put the lead event pixel on the thank you page when someone signs up. So they'll go to your landing page to see the offer, and then you should have created a thank you page where they go to once they sign up. The only reason we have that page is to put the lead event on that page. And that's pretty...
I'm confused.
Yeah, we can do that now. We can do that now if you like. Why don't you?
Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah. I would actually highly suggest that next meeting, everybody has their Pixel installed or has a go and has a go with installing that lead event on the Pixel page, because that's a really common place where it just can get buggy and hung up, and you want like a guiding hand like Marlon to be able to, put his arm around you and say, here's how you do it.
Yeah. And at least set your pixel up in Facebook. Like do the setup in Facebook where you create, I think it's just you create the pixel. You've got to do that.
And Marlon's got some really simple videos on that in the tutorials.
So let me take control again. Okay, so so this is your thank you page?
Yep. I think. Yep.
Okay. So I'm just opening that up. I don't need to go on the back end of it.
Oh, okay.
So this is it here, the thank you. So I'm going to copy this URL, but I want to go to the actual landing page just so I can check that you actually have one and it's right. So again, when I do this, I just check everything multiple times. I go to the thank you page, I go to the landing page, I sign up, make sure it goes through.
So this is what I've got to change. No,
not this one. I'm just checking this one. So basically, this one here, you click download, then you put your name, test, and then test@test.com, then something there, and then download. And I should be redirected to your thank you page now. And that's the page I'm talking about. So this is the page here where they can download the ebook. So what I'm going to do is copy this URL. I'm going to go back to your Pixel Your Site ad plugin.
Yep.
I'm going to click on it. Before I do that, I want to show you something. I want to show you, if we go to this thank you page and we go to the Pixel Helper, we'll see that there's a page view and a general event on this landing page. What we want to see here is one that says lead. It says lead event. Okay, and when that fires, it'll fire back to Facebook and say, hey, someone who clicked the ad has now signed up, and that's how we measure how many signups you have. And
wow, that's so clever.
Yeah, so what we're going to do is, and I'll just say one more thing. The reason we put it on this page and not the landing page is because you'll get 100 people to the landing page, but only 20 of them will go to this page. So that's why it has to be on the thank you page. So go to Pixel Your Site. You go to events. It's called the lead event. And then you click activate. So you got to activate the event. Let's click save. So we're activating this events module. So then we can go down here and say add new event. And it's really easy to add on Facebook. You just type in the URL, so paste it in. Now you don't have to get rid of this slash, but I always do because I'm just pedantic with making sure that everything is right. I also get rid of this HTTP. And the reason why is your site should be HTTPS, which is a secure site. And if it's not now, one day you're going to change it over. It's not critical that you do it now, but I'll explain it to you later, actually. But the reason I don't put that in is because that may change and it locks it down. So, because this is saying, if anyone ever goes to this URL, right, then the event to be fired is the lead event. This could be a purchase where someone makes a purchase and then Facebook will say, hey, someone bought something. And you can even put the value in of how much it costs. And there's a whole bunch of other things you can do here, but we want the lead one. And then everything else we just leave, and then you click add. And then you're done. So you can see here, it's got this lead. The type is a lead when someone hits this URL, and then that's just the code that gets fired. So if we now go to this thank you page now, we've added it to this page. So you can see here that it's not there. And if we refresh the page, so once again, whenever you add these lead pixels, and you always have to test it. And if we click on it now, you can see there's the lead event. Wow. It's now fired off. So that's done now. So you're ready to go. Now I tested your lead magnet. So the lead magnet works. The other thing you need to test is to make sure that my email address is in MailChimp, if that's what you're using, and that I'm in the automation now, that the automation is being sent.
Yep.
So go check MailChimp, is the contact in there, the test contact? Okay, have they been added? And the first email, has that been sent?
Yep, I subscribed to the other one.
Active campaign.
Active campaign.
Okay. Okay, well, why don't we just look in that now for everyone? It's really important, this stuff. Like, if you want to load that up.
Is it active?
There it is.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
This one here.
Yeah.
Whoops, this one?
No, type it in again.
Wrong one.
Yeah, it has advancing health naturally in it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
No, not that one.
Type in active campaign.
Yeah, if you type active, it's active with advancing health naturally in it. There it is.
That one.
The third one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll take over.
Yep.
So if you're using, save that. So I'm just going to save and exit.
Yep.
If that's all right. Okay, so first I'm going to do is go to lists. And you can see here the woman's guide. I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to look and I'm going to say, okay, there we are. Oh, no.
It didn't go in.
It didn't go in.
Is it because you put a dummy test, like you spelled test incorrect?
No, it's not because of that. I'm going to delete that one out.
Yeah.
I'm going to go back to it. I'm going to go back. I'll click it again. I'm going to put my real one in this time. I should have used my real one at the beginning, but the reason I didn't is because I wasn't going to check this. But you never want to test with dummy ones. You want to test with real email
I think you
address.
put it in the wrong field. Yeah.
Okay, I'm putting my another email in. Okay. So now that, if we refresh this, there could be a few reasons why. Oh yeah, there we go. It went in. That was weird. The first one didn't go in. It may have been. It may have been. It might be something that they've picked up. Active campaign.
It could have been the test or just the email, the dummy email.
Yeah. Okay. So if you look here, I'm in. So we go to automations now. And now I want to check to make sure that I'm in the automation. So there's the automation. Let's click on it. And you can see here that there's two. So obviously what's happened is the first email's been sent, and then the tag's been applied, and then they're now waiting. So I should be in this list. So if I click in this queue, I should be there. Oh, there's the first one.
Oh, isn't that weird? Why did it bypass?
That's strange. It may just not have updated yet.
Yeah.
But that is very strange. But the other thing too is if you click here, let's see if the tag has been applied. So list, automation tag, woman's menu guide ebook. Perfect. So it's all working. So that's all good. So let's just go back to Facebook again and let's see if we can get this to work. Just going to go back. I'm going to click here.
The pixels is taking a long time.
Yeah.
Do you have to create it again and link it, even though it's there?
Yeah, look, it's there.
No recent activity.
Actually, that's the pixel there. See if we click there. Actually, you know what? I might have made a mistake here. I think if I click, I think I didn't actually complete creating the pixel because I jumped out. Remember, I closed it down.
Yeah.
And so if we now click continue, and I'll finish it off. I'll then click done. So that process we just skipped through, that actually tells you how to create it, how to do it manually on your site. We use the WordPress version.
Yeah.
So now if I refresh this, look, you can see that, yeah, I think it was my fault because I didn't actually finish it off. You can see that now it's been active.
Oh,
So
it is active. Okay.
A lead event was fired 5 minutes ago. General event, you can see all the activity on the pixel. So if we go here and then we refresh.
Fingers crossed.
Really, it should work. No. Okay, so.
What happens if you hit create the button?
It's just going to create again. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go and create a new campaign altogether. So let me start again. So this is something you've got to be aware as well with Facebook. It can get really buggy. It's a pretty amazing app doing amazing things, but it's huge. Sometimes there can be bugs. So I'm just going to create one called test. Make a conversion. And I think that this may work now just because there's a little bit of a bug. No, still not working. It just needs time. Yeah, it's still.
So Helga, can you keep us posted about the pixel?
Yeah.
In the group and tag Marlon. Marlon, how long would you give it before you think maybe there's something bigger?
Yeah, by the end of today. So this is all you have to do, Helga. If it hasn't done it by the end of today or tomorrow, then just go in, create another test, and just see if it comes up.
Okay.
Delete this one because it should come up. Edit. Delete. Yeah, they change this interface all the time. I just wanted to delete this for you, but I'm going to just turn it off.
Yeah. And I think Marlon's point about Facebook being buggy, like really do, if it's not doing what you're expecting, do just go have a coffee or something.
Yeah. Does Facebook have a support, somebody you can ring, or?
No, they don't help at all. They're very unhelpful.
Yeah.
So
they'll take your money though, but they won't help you.
So what you got to do is just wait, and then tomorrow let me know what's happening. But what you got to do tomorrow, if it doesn't work, create a new campaign, a test one, turn it off, and then just have a look. So you click on the campaign, and you can see here, oh, there's an error. So then edit the campaign.
So that error is primarily because of that pixel not being there.
Yes, it's just the pixel.
Yeah.
So if you look here, this is going to come up all the time for you. It's going to say, do you want to publish them? Do you want to publish them? And just say no. Because it's
so
not
where it says create pixel, what would happen if you did that?
It'll just go back to that, to here, and I'll just say create another one.
Same
It's
thing.
going to create another pixel. Yeah, it's going to ask you to create another one.
You don't want another one, no.
No, it just gets confusing then. And I don't know if you can delete them easily. So you've got the pixel. It's there. It's tracking. It's just...
Yeah, I would just take a break, come back tonight.
Yeah.
And then keep it posted. So Marlon, all of those assets that she built today, can she copy any of those things over into a new campaign if this pixel kicks in? Or would
you can do the whole thing. So the other thing let's just close this down.
I mean, given the bugginess of Facebook, would it be easier for Helga if she just rebuilt everything again, just to be sure? Or
I wouldn't rebuild everything again. What I would do, you may have to rebuild everything again, yes. So that's the annoying thing, but you may not. So if we just look at pages, so Helga, where's your ad account? So yeah, it looks like there's no ad account here.
Didn't we create that last time?
Yeah, no, it's there. There it is. That's fine. Okay, let me just go back.
I've got like a business account and then a advancing health account.
Yeah, and I can see your business account here, which works. So everything's fine there. That's fine. You've got your personal account. You've got your business account. And then you've got your health naturally account. But no, that could be the pixel's been created in the wrong account. So advanced health. No, that doesn't have a...
look, it said asking to create a pixel in advancing health. Maybe we've created in the business.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Let me just go to the ads manager for this one. No, yeah. So advanced health naturally. That's the one we created it in. You know what's happened? And this is the thing with Facebook again, where it's a little buggy. When we went to pixels, it put us into Helga's one.
Oh.
Put us into this account. So we've made it in this account. We've made the ads in this account and the pixel in this account.
Oh, so what do we
do? In two different accounts.
Yeah, that's fine. So all we do is we just create a new pixel. They're two different accounts, so nothing's wrong. It's just that that's why it's not finding it. So we create the pixel again. So this one's called, it's not Helga's, it's actually
the
URL in.
Yep.
Okay, I'll tell you what happened. When we went to create the pixel, Facebook logged us into the other account.
Yeah.
And it often does that to me. I'll be creating an ad for a client and I've got multiple clients and I go, let's go to audiences. And when I'm typing in audiences, I realize, I'm in the wrong client's account. It's been doing that a lot lately. And it's really frustrating. I'll just say set up manually. And you can see how frustrating it is for us because we've just...
Well, I would have never got that.
I'm glad that we figured that out here because that's a good insight for people who've stayed on the call and who will be watching the replay.
Yeah, so just remember, whenever you click this button here, so if you're an ads manager like this,
yeah,
if you're an ads manager like this, and you click audiences, if you say, well, let's go to audiences or let's go to pixels, often it'll log you in and then it could change the account you're working on. And
that's what happened today.
So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go through and I'm going to change the pixel here, ID. So the Facebook pixel, you'll see that the number will change. It's 837. And now it's 634. We'll save the settings. Now, if we reload this thank you page, it should have a different pixel ID, but everything else should be the same. 634. Is that right?
Yeah, 634. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, that's the right one. Yeah, and the lead event's on there. Okay, so
the lead event wasn't created under Helga's account. It was because we created that on the website.
Yeah.
So if you look, so let me explain it to you. If you look here and we go to here, we've got Helga's business Facebook business manager, and then her personal ad account manager. If we click on here to the Helga Dalla's business, you'll see that there is no ad accounts under the actual business. Actually, this is really confusing what they're doing.
It is, because I got in here this morning to do some stuff and I thought, I can't find anything. Where's all those ads?
Yeah, well, you should have your ad account here. It should be here, but it's not. But the way you get to it is if you go to Business Manager and then go to
Audiences and then find it that way.
Ads Manager. Just go to Ads Manager.
Yeah.
And you'll see under Ads Manager that you've actually got a few accounts. So you've got your Helga personal account and then your Advanced Health Naturally account. And that's the one we see if we click here. That's the one we created it in.
Yep. So they should be right now. There shouldn't be any red flags. Is that right?
Yeah, they should be, technically. We still might need a bit of time, but let's have a look. It worked.
Yay.
There it is. Found it straight away. So what we're doing here is the conversion event is the lead event. Remember, we want to optimize for the lead.
Yep.
And so it says the Advancing Health Naturally's pixel lead event. Now, the reason it's red is because we've only fired it once and Facebook's probably still hasn't registered that. So we'll fire it again. Okay. So everything else is good. So what I'm going to do is click on this one. And I'm going to type in again, lead. It's the lead event we're optimizing for. So we're saying we want to get as many people to go to that thank you page.
And you're only doing that at the ad set level. You don't have to do it.
I'm doing it at the ad set level, yeah. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to also do it on the ad level too. I'll just show you. So if you see all those.
They've cleared
They've all gone. Now, I'm just going to do this manually. So what happened on the lead is you have to associate the ad to an actual pixel as well. Oh, actually, I think it's done it. Oh, it did it automatically. So now it's associated to that pixel. So that all should work now.
So what's the little error thing coming up then?
I think, again, it's just a bug. I think once we go to publish, so let's close this down. Close. And you can look at here, you can say review and publish. We've made 24 changes and we want to publish everything. So I'm going to click here. It's going to say there's a few errors.
Untitled.
This untitled one is one from the test one I want to get rid of. So this is the ad set from the test one, which we're going to delete anyway. So I just unchecked it.
Yep.
So now I'm going to try and see if we can publish it. No. Okay. Okay. Fill is missing the link. Required field is missing. The link field is required. Please update the field. Okay, so let's edit the ad.
The link.
What link is it? Oh, the URL.
Yeah, so we didn't put that in.
It should. Well, we did in the original one. It should have.
I thought we did too.
Yeah, we did put it in. It's just Facebook.
Yeah.
So all I'm doing now is just pasting it in everywhere. And this is why you recheck things multiple times. You go over it again because you can miss these little things, and it's heartbreaking when you're
especially when you're spending money and you think, oh well, that's why that didn't work because I didn't do this.
Yeah, like no one could actually get to the page.
Yeah.
We did put it in, but Facebook is
for some reason it's taken it out. Wow.
Yeah, this was actually not a good one to show you guys, but it just shows you how things can happen. And I guess the lesson is just recheck everything and just get your pixel set up at the beginning properly.
Well, sometimes it's good seeing these little things that, yeah.
I think so, because I came across similar things when I was setting mine up, and it was really frustrating. But to know that it's actually quite normal is a bit of a relief.
Yeah. Look at this. Now it's got
it's all capital.
Yeah. And see, it's got no button. So it's changed all of this.
Wow.
And that's fine. Like this is because of the pixel issue.
So yeah, if people who are listening, get your pixel stuff sorted out first.
Advancing. ING. Health, naturally, sorry. double L, no, that's right.
Advancing.
Just copy it from above, I think might be easier.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just do that. Okay.
With an A at the front.
With an A, yeah. Advancing.
Okay, that's it?
Yeah.
So now I'm just going to go through and make sure it's not download. Yeah, it's download, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Helga, what you have to do now is go through the whole thing again.
Yep.
By yourself. Make sure everything doesn't have spelling mistakes and the buttons are right and everyone is consistent. I'm sure there's going to be a mistake, just like what I'm doing now. There will probably be one that doesn't take. So you just need to do it again.
Yep.
But I mean, it could be easier just to delete the three and perfect the first one and then copy it once.
Yeah.
Rather than having to go through and make all this manual changes.
Yeah.
Okay, we're at time really. So can we come off share screen?
Okay.
Yeah.
Marlon's obsessed. You can see he wants to get it done.
Okay. The top two aren't done. But
that's all right. Gives me something to work on. Thank you so much.
It's like Hemingway. He finishes once he's on a roll, right? So that he knows that he can always pick up again. So Helga's ready. Okay, so Bethany and Marquetta, you managed to stay through. What questions, comments, observations are coming up for you? And then we'll wrap up.
Well, I have stuff to present for today.
Oh, you did?
But I know we're past time. With the time change, I don't get off work until 5:30, so I was driving home. So.
What did you have for today?
Well, I started because I had to customize and create my own landing and thank you page. So I needed to make sure that I'm headed in the right direction with that.
Okay. Do you have time really quick, Marlon, to look at that?
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, so we might do that. Let's check in with Bethany first because I know some of you guys might need to go. How about you, Bethany?
Thank you. This was very interesting and informative. I learned a lot, and next week I'll come back totally prepared, and you'll be so amazed. I have nothing for today, so thank you.
Okay. Are you feeling like you can go and tackle this and get your campaign set up now? Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Totally.
Have you feeling comfortable with doing the pixel and then the lead event pixel? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yep. Okay, great. So if you come, because I think what we're going to do is no homework this week. It's just going to be catching up, making sure you get it. And then, so hopefully next week we can look at yours.
Awesome.
Does that sound good? Okay, and you're more than welcome to stay on for Marquetta.
Yeah, I'm going to just sit here and listen if you don't mind.
Yeah, awesome.
It's all good.
The more feedback, the better. And I tell you, like, I get to sit through all these meetings, and I'm learning so much just through repetition. So
yeah, it's really good stuff, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay, so Marquetta, over to you.
Okay. I haven't shared in so long. I'm like,
there's a green button at the bottom called Share Screen.
Oh,
and you want to pick the first one that says Desktop if you're given multiple choices.
Okay, we can see it.
all right, let me, okay, this is what, so help me, because my mind, because I have, with the website that I use, I can't, it's not WordPress, and the only way you can use Thrive Active is if you have a WordPress site. So what I did is went into the site that I have, and I just tried to customize and put together some type of landing page for this. So I'm not sure. I'm trying to. I guess they're going to download the ebook from Facebook. So once they click on Facebook, is it supposed to take them to my landing page, or because I'm trying to figure out how to connect this? Because I was going through your video, but I'm having to go outside of that system in order to do it. So it's been kind of it's been a little overwhelming. Yes, to say the least.
Yeah, let me take control. And what system are you using?
This one here is Live Edit. Is this what is this? Yeah, it's live edit.
Live Edit.
Yeah.
And it's what you built your WordPress, what you built your website on.
Yeah, this is what this is going to be, because I have a GoDaddy account and it doesn't work with that either. And then I also have this Live Edit site. And so this is a free site that was given to me with my health coaching class. So this was the only one I saw where I could somewhat create landing pages. And so I just did the best I could for what I have. So here is, you have to go into pages. And so in pages, I created this offer landing page and then a thank you page here.
So those two pages are pretty good. Can you redirect to the thank you page once someone enters that form on the landing page?
Yeah, I guess I'm trying to connect the dots. Where do I need to redirect them to? So once they click on the ebook, I'm assuming that's coming from Facebook, right? Like where does this page here, the offer?
Yeah. So once someone
yeah, so I guess I need to understand the sequence of how this is populating. So then I'll know how to.
Yeah, so once someone clicks this submit button here, the details should be entered and then they should be redirected to your thank you page. Can you do that with Live Edit?
You can't, I just haven't set it. Let me see, where does it take them now? No, I need to add in some information.
Well, why don't you go in? Can we edit this page? Can you show me how you edit it?
Yeah, you just click on edit up here and then it takes you
okay, well let me just have a look if I can look at something. So if I click here.
And if you click inside of there, it'll take you to the screen here.
So can we delete these two here? Because really you just want them to enter their name, email, and phone number. You don't want any of this.
Okay.
So are you actually going to call people, Marquetta?
Yeah, I didn't mind calling, but I guess when we were talking earlier about Calendly, so just I can take, because the phone number is an option. It's not a requirement.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would only capture the phone number if you're going to call them. Otherwise, you're going to get a lower conversion rate.
Okay. Well, you can put in the trash can if you click up here.
Yeah. Let's just have a look here. Let's look at this form. See if there's a redirect here. Confirmation. confirmation, redirect. That's good. Oh, so where do you redirect them to? Maybe you put the URL.
Maybe send to.
Yeah.
Or
Where's it? Oh, send.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's
Email.
email.
No,
Yeah, that makes sense. Send confirmation. Yep. I think we put the URL of that page in here.
Yeah,
so
I think
page, yeah, if you paste that in there, then we can test it out. I would, if you're not going to call them, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, and even if you want to call them, I would just do another one of these. I wouldn't use this format here because it confuses people. So can I delete this?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I delete this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I just deleted the button.
I think you can undo. Yeah.
I'll just reload the page. Wait a sec. If I just reload the page. Okay, so here. So I'll delete this. I'll delete this. I like this. Oh no, I'll get rid of that. Okay. And then you need to redirect this confirmation as a redirect, and then you need to put the URL in here. Do you have that URL that we can put in now?
Yeah, it's just going to be, I think I was looking at the video.
I'll just save the page before we, okay.
All right, so now let me save this. So for this, thank you. And I think it's like a back. Let me see. I can't see the toolbar. All I have to do is put like / thank you, and that'll direct it to the thank you page. But I can't see this. Okay.
The live page.
Yeah, I think it's let me try that. I think it's / thank you.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Okay, let me go back in here. And then you were saying where to put it at here?
Oh yeah, I'll just scroll down.
Okay.
Yep.
And put it as a thank you submission?
Yeah, paste the URL in there. That's the only place we can paste it in.
Okay, let's try it here. Otherwise,
yep.
Do you see save or?
Yeah,
okay.
I just click the save button. Okay, so do you want to go back to the landing page and just
let's go back and
see if it redirects. Oh, good.
All right, good.
Woohoo!
All right, so the only issue now is we've got to put the Facebook pixel on. So go back to the editing page and see if we can add, there's two things we can do, is add the Facebook pixel to the website and then add it to the thank you page, the event to the thank you page. So let's look at this thank you page. Is there a settings area where it has all settings for that page?
Let's see. On the thank you page, right?
Yes. Oh, this is probably it. Wait a sec. It's keywords, meta. Okay, what's it called? It's called Live. Is it called liveeditplatform.com?
Like live edit aura, something like this, .com.
Sorry, live edit. What was the last word?
Like aura, AURORA.com.
So what we've got to do now is make sure the Facebook. So that actually technically works, but now we just have to make sure that the install Facebook Pixel. I'm just doing a search now online.
Okay.
Marquetta, while he's looking that up, so what your other website that you are using, that's a WordPress site, isn't it?
No, it's GoDaddy site. It's this one here. So it's this one here. So it's not, because I contacted GoDaddy. You can't do any, because this is more like a website builder, so you can't use this at all. And he was saying, in order for me to use WordPress, it's more technical, and I've already spent money for this site and also for the other one. I just didn't know.
Okay, so Marlon, I don't know if you have any familiarity with GoDaddy sites.
What did they say?
They mentioned only way I could add a landing page, I would need to upgrade it, migrate over to WordPress. Like they would support WordPress, but I guess for this particular site, when it's a GoDaddy, it's just like a web builder. So it doesn't have all the technicalities. It's not as technical as a WordPress. And so I'm limited to what I can do with this. I was thinking if I could have at least one site where I can redirect traffic even from here to some type of landing page. So right now I have to keep 2 sites going.
Okay, so go back to the site and there should be a settings area for the whole site.
Let's see.
Live edit aura.
Oh, you know what? Maybe over here's like my dashboard account.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's kind of what we're looking for. Yeah, go back to the other page that you're on. Okay, so yeah, can you go to the main dashboard? Just having a look. Yeah, the main dashboard. Oh yeah, there. Yep. So click there. All right. So let me just have a look here. Analytics. Oh yeah, here is an analytics section. Yeah, so this is probably where you put your Facebook pixel.
Woohoo!
Okay.
So do you have that set up?
No, I don't.
Yeah, so when you are ready, you put it here. That's the Facebook pixel. But the more important thing is the lead pixel. Oh yeah, no, that's where you put it. So that's definitely how you do it. So you can see that all I did is go to the dashboard and then click on analytics. And then, so next week when you come, if you go and set up your pixel, actually it doesn't take long at all. So we can set that up. The issue that I'm worried about with you though is I don't know if we can put the lead pixel on the thank you page. So
oh, you don't know if we can?
Yeah. This is what
I can find out. I can call her. I can call the technical support line and find out.
if you go to, are you in contact with the support?
Yeah, you know what I can do? Let me, I can do a search real quick. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because if we can't put the lead pixel on it, then there's going to be you can't track anything.
Okay.
You know what, Renee, I feel like it's going to be a problem for what you should do, Marquetta, is ask them, see if they can, if we can do that. If we can't do that, then what we might have to do with Marquetta is next week create a lead in the coaching. We can create a lead form where she doesn't have to use her website. It's actually a good technique. It's the one that Sylvie used last time.
Yeah, I was thinking of that earlier.
Yeah, but if Marquetta comes with all of her assets ready, we can make that up. That'll be one of the campaigns we can do, and we'll go through them faster next week.
Okay.
What is that? It's called a Facebook form? Is that what it's called?
It's a lead ad.
A lead ad.
So, yeah, Marquetta, basically, if we can't get that lead event on your thank you page, then we can't really run ads. So the next best thing is to create your form or your landing page on Facebook. It's they click a button, it opens up a little form. It takes their details, and then they the only problem with that though is you have to manually put them into your CRM once they sign up. What are you using for your CRM, Marquetta?
I don't have one right now. All of this is new. So.
Are you going to go to MailChimp or ActiveCampaign?
I'm sorry, ActiveCampaign. I actually already activated. I have that already going.
Okay, you signed it up. Cool. Awesome.
Okay, good. So what you would have to do is you go into Facebook every day, you download the leads that came in, you put them in here, and then they just get sent it. So which is not handy. You can automate it, but that's going to cost you like $20 a month to automate it. So at the beginning,
I'm sorry, I'm going to cut you off. It's capable of doing something, because I know that I saw Constant Contact and MailChimp in one of the videos for the site.
Yeah.
So,
it's not, Marquetta. The problem is that were you here when Marlon created that lead event pixel and put it on the thank you page?
I see what you're saying.
Did you see that? That's the piece that we're really missing. So if you can call support like today and ask them, say, look, I've got a lead event. I need it to go on this thank you page. How do I do it? And hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll say, oh, this is how you do it.
Okay.
If they say, sorry, we can't do it, then you're going to have to look at other options for your opt-in page. Your, what are we calling them? Landing page. Yeah, because then Facebook, if you're going to use Facebook ads, because Facebook ads won't be able to track success or not if it doesn't have that lead event.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, good. So that's your number one priority. And fingers crossed, they're gonna say, oh, here's how you do it. But we'll see. But so what Marlon will be thinking about alternative options for you in the meantime.
Okay.
Yeah, so we can do the lead event. So it's not an inferior solution. It's actually the solution I use for most of my clients now, to use the lead event. And typically we will get a higher conversion rate with the lead event. The reason we don't teach it in this course is because most of you want a landing page. Like you want it on your website. And I do it. I do the same thing. I have web landing pages. But to create the lead event is just a little tweak and you've got one. You can create it.
When you're saying lead event, do you mean lead ad?
Sorry, yes.
Okay, so I was getting confused.
Yeah,
Okay.
So the lead ad that I'm telling you to create, because I don't think your website can handle what we're doing, is not an inferior way. It's actually a little bit better. But the reason in the course we don't teach it is because we want to teach you the basics first, because you want to learn how to build a landing page, integrate it. So I've got to say I've got a couple of projects launching now, and we're using lead events on all of those. We're not using landing pages.
Lead ads.
Sorry, lead ads, yes. There's so many different.
So look, Marquetta, find out if they can put a lead event on that thank you page or not. If not, come to next call and with your ad and your images, and Marlon will help you set up a lead ad on Facebook. Okay?
Okay, because I have my ads and all my images already to go. It's just a matter of seeing if that works. Okay.
I mean, you can have a go with setting. Oh no, you can't, because you need to see. Actually, I think we have a lesson on it recorded that I could give you the link to from last Academy.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. So you could probably just forward that to
you do? Okay. Yeah,
I'll send you that link if you want to have a go setting up your lead ad by yourself, because Sylvie had the exact same problem because she was using Wix and she couldn't get that lead event on her thank you page.
Okay, that'd be great if you can.
Okay, I'll send that to you. And then if you have any, we can look at it next week. But first, call them and just double check and see if you can get a lead event on that thank you page or not. What else was I going to say? I don't know. Okay, so anything else we need to talk about? Oh, I wanted to just say, Marlon, Sylvie used a Zap. Is that the right word? Last time to connect.
Yes.
The lead but Zaps aren't free?
Yeah, I think there's a 14-day trial where you can get it working, but after that it's $20 US a month to have that functionality where it pushes it from Facebook into your active campaign automatically.
Yeah.
So that's the only.
That adds up, Marquetta.
Yeah.
There's a way to automate that, but you're looking at a monthly commitment.
Okay. Well, let me just pray that the function is there. So I'll give it and see what happens and
okay.
So Marquetta, just to be clear, what you're saying to them is you know how to put the Facebook pixel on the website. What you want to do is put a pixel or an event on one page of the website only. That's what you want to do.
Right?
Yeah, even if you say, can I install like a pixel on just one page? That's as simple as it gets, because you can put anything on there. So yeah, just see if you can do that. If you can, that's great. If you can't, then we'll work around it.
Okay.
So is there anything else that Marquetta can be working on? I guess I can send her that video and she can have a go if she wants to of doing that lead ad. Otherwise, just come to the next meeting. Yeah,
the most important thing, Marquetta, is have your images all ready to go, have your copy written, your headline, and your audiences created. Have the audiences created, so then we can just review them, and then we can put it together in, hopefully 25 minutes or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay, great.
I'll give them a call tonight. But okay. Well, thank you. At least I know
That's good. I'm glad you were able to bring that in today. That's awesome. Okay. So I think that's it. So you guys have an extra week. There's no homework this week. Next week we'll just be catching up on your campaign. And then the final week, we're going to talk a little bit about optimization. We're going to talk a little bit about discovery and strategy calls. So, and then we're done. Like, it's been 4 months.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Great work today. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks everyone. And well done for staying here till the end. Happy coaching.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bye.